The humble circle. It's been an important part of every culture since the beginning of mankind. Think about it. Stonehenge was arranged in a circle. In ancient Greece, there was the labyrinth. In Christian art, the halo. In China, the yin-yang symbol. In Maya, the zodiac. In Buddhism, the mandala. And the list just goes on and on and on. A circle may symbolize something like infinity, perfection, and completeness. In art, we're going to demonstrate in this sculpture project there are certain design principles that can be relied upon to produce completeness. There's balance. That's what happens when you arrange pieces so that there's a flow and the weight appears to be evenly distributed. There's emphasis when strong areas of color or texture demand a little more attention. In this case, it's the crumpled copper circles. There's repetition of patterns in the paper, colors, and circles that make what we call a visual rhythm. And a variety of shapes and sizes, all circular, guide the viewer through and around the sculpture, creating movement and unity. That's what makes this sculpture complete and compelling. Now, how do you begin to create a sculpture like this, based on these design principles? Sometimes it's best to start with careful planning, and sometimes it's best to just start with the pieces. These rings are created with flat, natural reed. This is what we usually use to make baskets with. If you cut a variety of lengths, bring the ends together with a drop of wood glue, and then use a clip to hold it in place while it dries. You can make a variety of these circles, which can be left natural or painted. Next, you'll want to gather some paper. It's best if you find some that relate to one another, colors that repeat, patterns that are similar. You can purchase assortments that already have a built-in harmony to them. Or what I like to do is to pick my favorite paper, then look for another paper to go with it, and another paper to go with that. Now you can use just about any kind of paper, wrapping paper, newspaper, magazines, photos even. Make sure that you have some solid colors, and don't forget to use something strong for emphasis. That could be a texture, a color, even an image. Some rings can even remain empty. All right. Turn the paper upside down, and we'll need to have some glue. You can take it straight from the bottle, or use a smaller brush. Apply the glue to the edge of the ring. Now turn the ring over, place it on the paper, and press down to assure that you've got good contact. Now, after the glue has dried, you can trim away the excess paper. To join two rings together, align them how you would like them to overlap, and then take a pencil and make two small marks like so. Now take a pair of sharp scissors, and around that little mark, create a couple snips so that you have a groove. A little more glue applied into the groove. And then place your rings together. I like to prop the ring up as it dries so that it dries very balanced. As you arrange the rings, remember to think about balance, rhythm, and unity as well. Here's a version of the circle sculpture that's made with plastic lids and some paper. Now that is an inexpensive project. There's a lot more to learn about this project, and there's hundreds more ideas for education and inspiration at dickblick.com/lessonplans.